Have you ever thought about what would happen if you just quit sugar? Cold turkey, no cookies, no soda, none of that stuff. Well, today we're going to dive into what really happens. Not just how you feel, but the science behind quitting sugar for just 1 week.
So let's get right to it. This is the big question, isn't it? What really goes down in your body when you cut out sugar for 7 days? Is it just a week of feeling miserable for nothing, or is there a real payoff? We are going to break it all down, day by day, and even peek under the hood at what's happening deep inside. So here's the game plan. We'll kick things off with a sugar roller coaster to understand why quitting is so darn hard. Then we'll walk through that first week, the tough breakup, and then the awesome payoff. After that, we're going deep inside your liver to see some pretty profound changes. And finally, we'll talk about what this all means for you after that first week is over. Okay, first things first. Why on earth does cutting out sugar feel like a bad breakup? Trust me, it's not just you. There is a very real biological reason it feels like such a struggle. And this right here is the key to understanding everything. According to Healthline, a sugar craving is not your body screaming for food. It's not real hunger. It's your brain's reward system, literally begging for a hit of that feel-good chemical, dopamine. So you're not actually fighting hunger. You're fighting a brain pattern. And knowing that changes the whole game. All right, let's talk about the toughest part of this whole thing, those first 72 hours. This is where the rubber meets the road, where your willpower gets a serious workout and your body starts to wonder what in the world is going on. If you've ever tried this probably looks very familiar. The headaches, the brain fog, feeling tired and grumpy for no reason. People call it the keto flu for a reason. It feels just like it. But here's the thing. It's completely normal. It's just your body adjusting. And just knowing that can make it so much easier to power through. So what do you do when a massive craving hits? Well, Healthline has this brilliant, super simple 3-step plan. First, eat a real meal with plenty of protein. See, hunger makes cravings 1,000 times worse. Second, hop in a hot shower. It's like a sensory reset button that can actually make the craving just fade away. And third, get moving. A quick walk gets you away from the kitchen and releases endorphins, which are your brain's own natural mood boosters. And this is where things start to get really good. If you can push through those first few days, you hit a turning point. The struggle starts to disappear, and the benefits, they start rolling in, and you start feeling fantastic. This slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? The difference is like night and day. Before day 4, you're bloated and living in a mental fog. But once you cross that halfway mark, things really shift. Your body lets go of excess water so you feel less bloated, that brain fog starts to lift, and you get this amazing clarity and focus. And maybe the best part of all, those cravings that felt so powerful, they start to lose their grip. And it just keeps getting better. Sources like the Yoga Institute point out that you'll see reduced inflammation all over your body, which can mean less aches and pains. Your blood sugar stabilizes, so say goodbye to those afternoon energy crashes. And honestly, one of the biggest benefits is psychological. You start to feel so much more in control, mentally stronger, and that feeling is just awesome.
Okay, so you're feeling better on the outside, which is great. But now we're going to look at what's happening on the inside, because honestly, the most incredible changes are the ones you can't even see.
Think of your liver as your body's metabolic engine room. It works so hard, and a diet high in sugar really puts it through the ringer. So that feeling of newfound clarity and less bloating, that's not just in your head. It's a sign that a deep, powerful reset is already happening inside that engine. All right, time for a quick science term, but stick with me because this one is crucial. It's called de novo lipogenesis, or DNL. Sounds fancy, right? But the idea is really simple. It's the process your liver uses to take extra sugar you eat and literally turn it directly into new fat. That's it. It's the expressway from that soda you drank to fat being stored in your liver. And we know this works because of a fantastic study. Just look at this chart. The group that kept their usual diet, their liver's fat production pretty much stayed the same. But now look at the low sugar group. Whoa, their liver's fat production plummeted. We're not talking about a small tweak here. This is a massive change in how the liver is working. And this slide, showing the actual data from the study, proves it wasn't some statistical fluke. On the left, you see the control group. Their results are all over the place. But look at the right, the low sugar group. For almost everyone, the trend is crystal clear, straight down. Their livers were literally shutting down the fat factory. So your liver is making less fat. Big deal, right? Well, yeah, it's a huge deal. Let's zoom out and look at how this one change creates this incredible ripple effect across your entire body. So here's the thing, it's not just about that one process. The study showed that shutting down DNL leads to a whole cascade of amazing benefits. Less fat production means, you guessed it, less fat stored in your liver. It improves your fasting insulin levels, which is a massive win for your metabolic health. And it lowers markers of liver stress and inflammation. It's basically a total system upgrade, starting from the inside out. And hey, you don't just have to take my word for it. The researchers themselves said it perfectly. This quote basically confirms that cutting sugar directly attacks what they call a critical metabolic abnormality. That's the DNL process, which links sugar directly to fatty liver disease. That is a powerful, powerful statement backed by real science.
So when you put it all together, what's the big takeaway here? That first week of quitting sugar, it is so much more than just a test of your willpower. Yes, it can be tough, but what you're doing is kickstarting a profound, deep biological reset that starts in your brain, calms down your liver, and sends positive ripples through your entire body.
And that just leaves us with one final thought to chew on. The study we've been talking about actually ran for 8 weeks, and the results, as you saw, were just incredible. So if the first 7 days can kickstart such a powerful reset, it really makes you wonder, what could a full 2 months do for your long-term health?